What a rough day, man. What a rough day. 0-3 for Philadelphia sports? This is my third time making a video today. I've recorded 3 losses. Today was awful. Sixers stink. Phillies just couldn't get a hit. And now the Flyers they just couldn't keep the momentum going. They let up 2 very easy goals. 2 very fast, easy goals. Flyers lose 5-3 in a game where it could have been a lot worse. For both teams, though. We had our opportunities. So did they. They had 23 blocked shots to our 9. They had 39 hits to our 28. That's what happens when you're on the brink of losing the series. They turned up, and we did not. We were down 1-0 early. We scored 2. Then they scored 2 right away. Just wasn't good. It just was not good. We still won 60% of the face-offs, but they outshot us. They out-hit us. They out-blocked us. Tatar. No, not Tatar. My bad. It was just a bad game. Suzuki got an easy one. Armia got an easy one. 2 easy ones. Denault got one. It was just not a good game. I mean, even strength, the Flyers could not get it going. But on the power play, all of a sudden, we scored 3 goals. We scored 3 goals on the power play. And it was because of Kakatiemi's 5-minute major. He was ejected for a high hit on Sanheim, made him bleed, and we scored twice. That's what needs to happen on the power play all the time. Farabee also got one on the power play. But when you score and then you let up a goal 22 seconds later, that just can't happen. You can't let up a goal 22 seconds later when you know that they're on the brink of losing the series. That just can't happen. Am I mad? Yeah, of course I'm mad. We just went 0-3. I really thought the Flyers were going to close out the series tonight. But here's the difference between the Flyers and the Phillies and the Sixers. The Flyers are there. They're in the moment. The Sixers stink. The Phillies, they need to get there. The Flyers are still up 3-2 in the series. They're not down 0-2 like the Sixers are. I'm mad. Yes, of course I'm mad. Why wouldn't I be mad? That's just me being a fan. I want to see my teams win. And I saw all 3 of them lose today. And now on Friday, all 3 of them play again. Phillies play, Sixers play, and now the Flyers play. I was hoping I would have had one of those games off. But I don't. The Flyers need to win this next game. They need to win this next game. If they lose Game 6, Game 7 is going to be very, very rough. It's going to be a rough one. Voracek had 2 goals. 2 power play goals, matter of fact. Couturier, Giroux got both, 2 assisted on both. Provorov assisted on the first, and then Couturier assisted on the second. And then in the third period, Farabee's power play goal. Voracek assisted on that, and so did Couturier. Now if we could get Couturier to put one into the back of the net, because I don't know how many chances this kid needs, but he's had multiple chances where he easily could have put one into the back of the net. Same thing with Hayes. Same thing with Konechny. Hayes was on the break 3 times today. He had 7 shots on goal. He didn't put one in, though. He didn't even get a point. That can't happen. It just can't happen. Coots he had 2 points, but he was still a -1. He was on the ice for 3 goals. Pitlick was a -2. Giroux was a -1. Grant was a -1. Thompson was a -2. Farabee was a -1. Bunneman was a -1. Voracek was a -1. And he had 3 points. I mean, really. Niskanen was -3. Just can't happen. And Carter Hart, don't get me wrong, the kid's a stud. He is single-handedly won us games. The last 2, matter of fact. But today, he just didn't have it. There was actually one of the goals that they scored. It was actually called back because they were offsides. It was, at that point, I'm pretty sure it was like 4-1. Instead, it was 3-1. Or something like that. 3-2. But he saves 22, 24 on the even strength, 4 or 5 on the power play, and then he lets up that shorthanded goal. You cannot let up shorthanded goals. It came back to bite us. Provorov, I mean, I just don't know, man. Because this worries me. It truly does. The Canadiens have outplayed us this series. I'm not gonna lie. They've outplayed us in some, if not all, periods. They wanted it more tonight, and they got the win. They've wanted it more in a couple second periods this playoff run, and they've got goals. They've scored. The Flyers need to come out like how they finished. They were fighting at the end. Obviously, you're mad, but they need to come out with that fire. They need to come out with the fire to say, look, we as a franchise, Giroux needs to do something. That's number 1. Giroux needs to go up to these guys and say, look, I know me, I know Couturier, I know He doesn't have to say this, but he has to put himself, as the captain, he needs to put himself accountable for the loss. For not stepping up. He truly does. He needs to step up as the leader and say, look, I know I haven't done my part with scoring, but let's do something that only 2 other Flyers teams have done before. Let's go out there. We haven't won a playoff series as a franchise in 8 years. We haven't been to the Cup in 10. Let's rewrite history. Let's go out there and let's take it to them. I'm hoping Kakatiemi is not playing. I hope they go over that and say, wow, like, he should be suspended. Hopefully he is suspended 1 game. Because it changed. The momentum shifted until they scored the 3rd quick goal. But it got chippy at the end. It truly did. Voracek and Couturier were both out. But now I need to see that all game. I cannot deal with another 0-3 day, especially with this Flyers team. They cannot lose. Go into the next round. They cannot lose this game, because if they do, they are in trouble. Trust me. The Sixers, I'm done with them. The Phillies, they have somewhat of time. But the Flyers, if they lose this game, they are in trouble. They are in deep trouble. Because they were up 3-1. They weren't down 3-1. Then they just won 2. Now it's 3-3. They were up 3-1. If Montreal comes back and ties this series up, it's not going to be good for the Flyers. Trust me on that. That's how sports goes. I've been watching them long enough to know that if a team catches momentum, especially in the playoffs, like this Montreal team, they're young. They have nothing to lose for. They have nothing to lose. They were the 12th seed coming in. They have nothing to lose. They are going to put it out all on the ice in this last game, or these last 2 games. They're going to want to kill people. They're going to want to win this series, and they're going to do whatever it takes in their power to get that done. So Flyers, Canadiens, Sixers, Celtics, Phillies, and I don't even know who they play. I think the Marlins or somebody like that. The Nationals, the Marlins, the Braves, one of those 3 teams. One of the teams in our division. play on Friday. Hopefully we can change all of this and go 3-0 instead of 0-3. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And I am out. Peace.